Hello everyone, I'm Katharina Döhlmeier. I'm working with the Inclusive Learning team at the UNESCO Institute for Lifelong Learning as a consultant, and it is my pleasure to present you the communities of practice in adult learning and education today on the workshop for DVV International's partners in Central Asia. I have 5 questions that I brought for you today. The first question, why are we opening communities of practice? Second question, how will they roll out? What activities are offered there? When will they happen? And who will be involved? The objectives of opening communities of practice per region on the UIL Learning Hub is most importantly to provide a common space to monitor the implementation of the MFA at a national and regional level. We also want to foster continuous dialogue and peer learning on ALE and lifelong learning. Furthermore, we want to identify current trends, challenges and opportunities related to monitoring the implementation of the Marrakesh Framework for Action. We want to promote easy access to information and data on adult learning and education. And lastly, we also want to strengthen cooperation between countries. How will the communities of practice roll out? As I briefly mentioned just now, there will be one community of practice per UNESCO region, and the language for the community of practice in Central Asia will be English. The community will be bound together by professional, regional, and interest in adult learning and education, lifelong learning, policy, and practice. The activities taking place on the community of practice will be interactive. There will be an opportunity to develop and share resources, tools, but also stories from different contexts. This page is to give you an idea of what the communities of practice will look like. The UIL Learning Hub is a Moodle-based platform, so you will have different functions. For example, you can see a discussion forum on the top, but you will also have a look at the calendar on the starting page, further links, and stories that other participants already shared. What activities will be offered? The activities in the community of practice will be structured according to 3 pillars. First, engagement, second, knowledge sharing, and 3, online learning. Within the bigger framework of engagement, there will be discussion forum structures according to the areas of the Marrakesh Framework for Action. So there will be a chance for participants to engage on potential actions related to enhancing adult learning and education systems, inclusion and participation, and the quality of adult learning and education and lifelong learning. Furthermore, there will be polls that participants can engage in, short surveys shared by UIL and partners to give an overview of the opinions and priorities in the area. Within knowledge sharing, participants will have the opportunity to upload documents from their own studies, from their own policies, but also good examples of lifelong learners. There will also be documents uploaded on behalf of UIL and partners such as DVV International. Within online learning, there will be regular thematic sessions organized. In addition to a welcome session and a session for an evaluation after 6 months, these sessions will give an opportunity to highlight certain priorities in Central Asia or in other regions, depending on the community of practice. And there will also be learning resources uploaded by UIL and partners. All of these activities contribute to making the communities of practice an interactive community and to really foster the engagement of all participants. Let us now have a look at the 4th question. When will the communities of practice be open? At UIL, the communities of practice were developed in April and May 2023, and they will be launched after the regional Confintea follow-up conferences, which is in late May and in June of the same year. Once the Confintea follow-up communities of practice are launched, there will also be registration of participants that happens from the side of UIL and all the people who participated in the Confintea follow-up conferences will automatically be registered and only have to verify the link they are sent. There is a possibility to register further participants later, but this is dependent on resources and on interest. All of the activities that we just spoke about and saw will then be available for 6 months to all participants on the community of practice. And after 6 months, there will be a midterm evaluation deciding on whether to leave the community of practice open or not. We are now coming to the most important question, which is who will be involved in the communities of practice and which roles can these people play? Generally speaking, there are 4 kinds of roles in the community of practice. There will be a moderator from UIL who will coordinate the community of practice and work closely together with the moderators, about 3 or 4 per community of practice. The moderators will, on the one hand, come from partners such as DVV International, but also very engaged participants from the different regions who want to be active. Their role will be to manage the content and discussions on the community of practice. This means ensuring that the discussions in the discussion forum are both relevant and also respectful, and similarly also checking all the uploads that were shared by participants. Technical support will be provided to ensure the functioning of the platform, and participants who would be country representatives who have taken part in the Confintea conferences will also be a very active part of the community of practice. They can discuss in the forums, vote in polls, propose new ideas for the community of practice. They also have the chance to join live sessions, as mentioned before, both thematic sessions and welcoming closing sessions. And more importantly, they also will have the opportunity to share their own resources and progress on implementing the MFA. For example, they can share information and good practices, they can upload documents and moderate live sessions. Let us have a closer look at the partner, such as DVV International. Their role will be to manage the forum content, to encourage participation from all participants, check their uploads, translate selected case studies, closely working together with the manager of the community of practice, but also to upload polls, share events and news, and organize thematic sessions. So, summing up, the role of the partner is to ensure that all these activities we envisage here are really provided and that participants remain active throughout the course of the community of practice. Now we have looked at these 5 big questions together, and of course, I and my colleagues would be delighted to hear what your questions are. Do you have any further questions, or are there any areas you would like to explore further? I would like to thank all of you very much for your attention and wish you a pleasant workshop today. Goodbye.